Hi everyone, welcome back to Mouth in the Eyes, a podcast a place. It's a podcast and it's so much more than that too. A place where we aim to melt away our insecurities and emerge as the best version of ourselves. Welcome to Mouth in the Eyes. Welcome. I'm your host, Yomen, and I'm so happy to have you here. Today's episode 23, I believe, of the Shireen's Anyway series, a series where we aim at reigning no matter what, a series where we remember that we're empresses and that we need to reign through the rain. We reign through whatever issues we may be having. So yesterday, I started talking about this topic, how I stopped chasing validation, right? And I spoke a little bit about that. I wanted to speak a little bit more today. I don't have much time. Like yesterday, I know, I'm sorry, but maybe I'm gonna have to maybe just make like this title a rebrief, or I can just like sit down and just say whatever comes to my heart. And let's get right into it. So I used to chase validation. I used to chase validation. I used to be the girl that, in fact, on some days, I'm still chasing it. I'm chasing it subconsciously, though. I'm chasing, approval. Not even approval. I feel like I'm just chasing that feeling of okayness, that feeling of that soothing, that I'm not wasting my time, right? Because I'm human, and part of me still wants to know: am I wasting my time? Am I just really not? Am I really not wasting my time? So on some days, I literally am chasing it. I do it subconsciously. I don't even realize that I'm chasing it. Is that you too? Because I feel like part of ourselves have been trained so much, trained to seek external validation, that at this point it's literally in our DNA because we're so grounded in the idea that if nobody is approving of what we're doing, that it must be useless. If nobody is approving of what we're doing, it must just be absolutely trash. We're grounded in that soil, like we've been nourishing ourselves, feeding ourselves from that soil for God knows how long. So if you want to really let go of that feeling that that's something outside of you that you're seeking, if you want to let go of that feeling that you always have to seek something outside of you, you're going to have to start taking different kinds of nourishment. You're going to have to start taking different forms of nourishment. And when I say nourishment, what kind of nourishment am I talking about here? If, for example, when you feel low, when you feel down, you choose to scroll, for example, right? That will influence the way that you're thinking. And then that will influence the way that you're feeling. And then that feeling will now create this hole in your heart that you feel you can only feel when people pour into you. But if you go back, it all started when you were scrolling on your phone, right? So switching nourishment, like instead of scrolling, for example, going on a walk, for example, okay, a very simple suggestion. Maybe listening to your favorite song, maybe even writing a song, right? Because the first thing that you do, that action that you feel, or you feel unstable, that thing that you do, my nose is itchy, that thing that you do is what will lead to the kind of soil you're choosing in that moment. And the kind of soil you choose in that moment will determine the kind of fruit you have in the future, if you even have any fruit, right? So you're gonna have to really be intentional about what you do when you're at the height of it. What you do when you're just like feeling so disconnected. And that's very important because when you're feeling that way, you're very disconnected. Disconnected from who? From you. Disconnection from you. Disconnection from God. Those are all forms of disconnection. If you want to stop chasing validation, you're gonna have to literally disconnect from those things. So for me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The day I stopped chasing validation, it wasn't just one day. There it is. You're like, you when you lied to us. No, I didn't lie to you. Because it's a day like this. A day like yesterday. It's not just on one day that I'm deciding to stop chasing validation. It's every single day. Now, was there a day when there are days when that decision feels more strong, where I can feel the energy of that more strongly? But that's not every single day. That's not most days even. Because when you've been nourishing yourself, let's say you've been eating fast food, right? An example. You've been eating fast food your whole life, and then now you want to start eating salads every single day. It's going to be hard, right? You're going to have to decide to stop eating the fast food every single day. So you won't just decide today I'm gonna stop chasing validation and think that tomorrow your body will crave I don't know, real nourishment instead of craving applause, instead of craving likes. Your body will still crave applause tomorrow. Because yes, you chose once. You decided to stop chasing it. But just remember that literally your DNA is still encoded with those choices you're making. Your DNA is still very much encoded with the choices you're making before. So it won't just happen overnight. It will take time. And I feel like that's the part where we all hate that part. And I don't know about you, but personally, I hate that part because I'm so impatient. Are you impatient? I am so impatient. And when I feel like something is not happening as fast as I would like it to happen, I freak out. I freak out. I really do. I'm like, this is uncomfortable. And then I begin to question my word. I begin to question my desire for doing the whole thing. Instead of remembering that if I feel this way, maybe I'm disconnected from who I really am. Because when I'm grounded to who I really am, when I'm connected to Source, when I'm linked and joined with Source, with God, this will be easier to overcome. And now, like I mentioned, that you have to do it every single day, if you ground yourself to the real things, before your day even starts, before you open your phone, before you start to scroll, if you just do a grounding exercise, it could just be to do a prayer. And then from then on, you spend the first hour of your day just grounding yourself into source, into what's real every single day. You will notice that you begin to crave a different kind of nourishment. And again, back to time, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 1 day. It's not going to happen in 10 days. But you're going to have to keep choosing every single day. The longer you do something for, the more it registers in who you are, like it registers in your DNA, the more it becomes your identity. So your identity this whole time, you see, I've been very vulnerable about my study, right? I'm going to be even more vulnerable right now. When I'm in this lives and I notice that I'm stuttering a little bit, that I'm stuttering and I'm not speaking the way I want to speak, it breaks my heart. Because truthfully speaking, I would like to speak clearly. I would like to just speak like the way I'm speaking now. When I get tripped up on some words and I just had to go into this stuttering spiral, which happens sometimes with validation too. You go into a validation spiral. It hurts because you're like, I want to do so good. I want to do better. Why can't I just do better? And then you beat yourself up. Me, for example, right now, when I'm studying here online, sorry, live here, it hurts my feelings sometimes that I have to remember that it's not who I am. I have to remember that I decide I decide what this means about me. I'm the woman who shows up with her limitations, who is vulnerable to show her wounds as she's healing through them. Because truthfully, all throughout your life, there's always going to be a project. Even on your deathbed, there'll be a project. If you're constantly evolving, constantly learning, there'll always be a project that you're working on, that you're working towards. That project now for you might be validation. That project now for you might be, I don't know, starting your first business, whether it's real estate, whatever it might be. But every single period of your life, there'll be a project. Okay? I feel like mine right now is my studying. It's really disconnecting from the idea that people have to validate me. People have to tell me, oh, you're when you stutter, yes, you're still doing great. Because part of me desires that. Because putting yourself out here like this, it's hard. It's hard, but the rewards are endless. Because I'm getting better. I'm showing up as more of myself. Because when I decide to own these parts of me that I feel are not pretty, are not perfect, I shine more brightly. I become more confident. I'm sure after today, because I was so vulnerable today about my studying and I compared it to validation and I showed you that these things take time. I've been here going live every single day and I'm still stripping up my words. I'm still studying sometimes. This thing takes time, even though I'm showing up every single day. And the genius here, the magic here is that it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be painful, my sister, my brother. It doesn't have to be painful. Now you're like, why is it going to be then, human? It can actually be very easy. It can actually be very easy. And how do you make it easy? You make it easy by no longer attaching that thing, that outcome that you want to your worthiness. No longer thinking that, oh, when I stop feeling like I need validation, then I'm going to be somebody. Knowing that you're somebody now, you're a person on a process, on a journey. So no longer tie your worthiness to validation. To just show up as yourself. It should feel like you really want to let go of these things. You want to remember who you were born to be. You want to remember your true essence and you want to shine in that. You're not afraid of this challenge and you want to show up every single day more and more as yourself. You want to remember that you're an empress. I have a free offer. It's called Crown Codes 11 Day of Shedding. I mean, shedding the lies, removing yourself from those lies and seeing them for what they truly are. It's 11 days, so you're going so deep. And guess what? If you're psychotic about your growth, you can do it over again. 11 days, you do it all over again. Imagine doing that for like 22 days, 40 days. Imagine how who you would be. Yes, you might still have some days where you're like, I don't want to. Where you're just like so entangled in your suffering. I can relate to that because I myself too. I used to beat myself up about my stuttering. See, and talking about my stuttering triggers me immensely. Ah, yeah, it triggers me immensely because it feels like something so simple. Oh my goodness, something so simple. I struggle to do. I battle with. Then I have to remember that I don't have to battle with it because it can be easy. I can love myself the way that I am. I can know that this is all a part of the journey. It's all a part of the process. Oof. Oh, I didn't want to cry today. This is wow, okay. Remember that it's all a part of the process. So I want you to know that whatever it is you're struggling with right now, whether it's validation, you want to let it go. And I'm sure when you click on this video, you didn't know what you were going to expect, but I hope that this has done something for you. If it has, please like, comment, or subscribe. As I'm pouring my heart out here to you, and I'm telling you that you're the empress. That everything you're doing, it gets to be easy too. Because you're no longer attaching your worthiness to it. It's really hard, when you're attaching your worthiness to things. When you're saying, if I stop studying, then I'm worthy. If I stop chasing validation, then I'm worthy. Even if I stop seeking validation, I'm worthy. If I stop chasing validation, I'm worthy. Like, whether you make it, whatever you attach to your worthiness becomes hard. Because then now, it becomes a survival thing. You're fighting for your survival. We need to let all that go, sis. If you feel like you want to activate your crown, you want to shed all those layers, you want to start that process today in just 1 hour. I have a course called Crown Activation. Super affordable. The link is down below. Where you remember that crown, I literally help you see the lies. And I not just feel them, see them, I help you feel them like never before. If you want to start charging for your worth, you want to start creating your offers, you want to laugh through the entire journey, I have a course called Zero Views Fully Crowned, where you know that you're fully crowned with zero views. And I myself, there are times when I go back and I take that course again, even though I made the course myself, but I have to remind myself because it's so easy to forget in this world. That wants us to ground ourselves in likes, in comments. It's so easy to forget these things, my brother, my sister. So easy. So that'll be all for today. I have to go. I actually have work soon. I love you so much. Bye.